Don't unthinkingly try to fix an E5 error in your AC. The meaning of the error code varies depending on the brand, so the first fix you find online might be for a completely different unit. To get your AC back on, you have to match the error to your specific brand's system. That's what tells you what the fix is. If your AC won't turn on and all it does is show an E5 error, you're likely dealing with a voltage or power issue. On Gree units, E5 usually means overcurrent or overvoltage protection is kicked in. Your unit is shutting down to prevent damage from operating under abnormal conditions. So go to the power source and turn it off. Also, unplug the unit from the power source, wait for about 10 minutes, then plug it back in and restart. Most of the time, that clears the protection mode. But if E5 pops right back up, you're not looking at a glitch. You've either got unstable power at the outlet or an internal electrical fault. That's going to need professional attention. On carrier units, E5 on the outdoor unit also points to voltage protection. For this, begin by checking your circuit breaker. I once called a technician to fix my unit only for them to go to my circuit breaker and reset the tripped AC circuit. I simply paid for them for something I could have done. So check that first before calling a professional. Also, make sure to confirm that the fuse hasn't blown. You see, electrical interference or power fluctuations can easily trigger an E5 error. Now, if the E5 error is on your indoor carrier unit, don't assume that because it's the same brand, the same fix applies. On an indoor unit, that's usually an open or short circuit in the evaporator coil sensor. The sensor that monitors your coil's temperature is either faulty, has a wiring issue, or is sending inconsistent readings. And this also applies if you have a York, Bosch, or Westinghouse unit. So start by checking the sensor connections. You're looking to see if everything is plugged in securely. If not, plug them back in and see if that clears the error. Next, look at the sensor placement and cable condition. If the wiring looks damaged or corroded, that's likely your issue. Corroded connections can interrupt the signal between the sensor and control board, which causes the system to register a fault. But if everything looks fine visually, you're better off having a technician check your unit to diagnose and fix the problem.